He's not here yet. Well, anyways, welcome to my fellow audience, wherever you may be. And today, this is your host, Skybreaker96, and I am just playing an exhibition game with a user from the Nomad Discord, Wckaczek. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, I will be playing the role of Dracula today, and he will be playing Hunters. Uh, it, he had an idea that I found to be very interesting, and I felt it was something that we needed to jump on. He felt that there was a new influx of all the newer players, that it might be fun to do a stream of a game or a live play of a game where the that keeps in mind the newer audience who might not know the meta or how the game is necessarily played from by the pros, maybe even helping everybody learn how to get their new strategies. Yes, that was the plan. I'm recording this on my iPhone, so I'll up mine and he'll up his. So the perspective he's going to give you will be Hunters, and I will be giving you the Dracula. Okay, so I'm just working under the presumption that all of the newer players know the rules, the basic rules of the game per se, and I'm just going to be going over just uh, the strategic aspect of this game. Oh, okay. So he's using a setup that I believe it's called supervillain setup or superhero setup. It is a variant on what we like to call the Scott sword setup, derived by a player on the Discord, and it is a very efficient pattern to set hunters up in. I think I will choose to start over here in Paris, or not in Paris, but in Bordeaux. Uh, I am hoping to just put um, a hoax on the board and mature it, and hopefully give myself some fun little Dracula cards in the meantime. So, something that all the players, or the newer players, should know about the setup that he's using is that with Lord Godalming and Seward in the position that they're in, they create a bottleneck from the eastern area, from the Baltica region and the Austria-Hungary region, for Dracula to sneak past them in 59 and to 38. Additionally, with Seward being so close to Godalming, and Godalming is going to use his um, wealth and privilege to. Oh, local rumors. Oh, that's good. That card's going. He's going to use his wealth and privilege to load up and stock up quickly and load up Seward with all the extra goodies that they can manage. So they'll be all equipped and ready to roll. So that's why I didn't choose to start in the Baltica region, because I don't want two fully prepared hunters, especially two of the stronger hunters on the hunter team, to get their act together, get all their ducks in a row, so to speak, and then come after me in the east. Let's have a look at what Mina has in her hand. It's always good to check Mina because she always has to keep certain things exposed, right? So she's got herself a rifle, which is everything you know about, and an escape route. Okay. So I chose to start where I've started because starting closer to Mina is a lot more vulnerable in combat to Dracula, because all I have to do is land a bite on her and it's going to send her straight to Night Knights. So with any luck, they won't think to check Nonce. Now, Nonce is pretty far off the beaten path. The longer I can go undiscovered, the better off I'll be. So I'm going to slide this trail, for starters. And then I'm going to move Dracula to 39, which is Nonce. And then we will put down our hoax card. Now, the hoax isn't a very strong card for Dracula, unless you can mature it. Because a disciplined hunter player will not supply at night and run the risk of giving Dracula an event card from the deck. However, with all of the Dracula events that have recently just come off the top of the deck, this creates the perfect opportunity for me to at least attempt to get some of them into my hand. Okay, so Godalming discards a pistol. So let me store the trash. Godalming sitting on top of 3 items. Seward. Hired Scouts. Well, let's see where he picks. Oh, I picked Nonce. That's fun. Well, I was hoping that that would not be the case. Well, that changes my game drastically. Now, being exposed this early in the game isn't the end of the world, but it's going to have me playing a game of runner for the majority of this game. Mind you, being exposed this early doesn't... it might not hurt as bad as one might think. They're nowhere near prepared to come after me, so to speak. And I can skulk closer to Mina without really any fear of retribution. But unfortunately, because I'm exposed, I can't play a hide card on Nonce to protect what the rumor token or the hoax I just put there. So we're going to have to be a little bit creative. So yeah, I'm going to take the misdirect card, as all or most Dracula players do. Since the first card on the trail doesn't have any event associated with it, there's no real reason to keep it around. So let's just strike it from the trail, and let's play a bit aggressively. I'm going to move Dracula back to Bordeaux. And then I'm going to put down, let's see. I'm going to see if I can't surround that event with things that'll stall up the hunters so that they have no choice but to let it resolve. Put the bats. Sure, bats. And we got some desecrated soil. This is not how I thought this game would go. Fortunately, with Godalming and Seward all the way over there, it might take them a while to get over to Nonce. And dogs. Hopefully they don't get their horse economy all set up. Now, for the newer players who don't know what that means, horse economy, Wckaczek might go more into detail about horse economy in his little video. But in essence, what you do when you're trying to develop a horse economy is you're trying to fish through the train tickets and take out all of the ones that would kill your horses, the white ones that are just the one white and no yellow number on them. so that your hunters will always have access to, at least if you can sculpt it, two movement by road every time they activate horses. So it's really devastating for the Dracula player when hunters can get that all organized, because that way they can moving for Dracula is going to be a lot more difficult. Having not played Wckaczek very much before, I would have had no idea that he would have picked Nonce as one of his first reveal cards. But now you live, you learn. Now I think my tactic from this point forward would be to just sort of stalk Mina, like stalk around Mina, lure the hunters into Spain, and force them to deal with me there. Or I could branch out into... That is the decision, isn't it? See, I have no vampires in my opening hand, so this could be a bit on the devastating side. Let's pretend like things are going swimmingly. I'll move the trail. And then I'm going to go to Santander. And I'm going to put down... If I get the desecrated soil on the trail early... Now I'll save my rumor token. Sorry that I'm a bit scatterbrained. I was hoping to have a bit more time to sort of come up with a much better strategy than I'm deploying right now. You guys take your time and you supply. You supply all you want. Garlic and a horse. As a Dracula player, it's a good idea to keep notes, detailed notes about what you see, because the information that you learn from what the hunters decide to keep in their hand versus what they throw away can be very revealing to what their ultimate strategy is. And there's definitely a lot of cards you want to watch for. Holy Oaths, yeah. Like the Heavenly Host card for sure. Hired Scout, oh, he's gonna check sometime. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's 2 Hired Scouts out of the way. He knows that I'm coming down to Bordeaux. He's got an idea where I'm coming. Yeah, we'll make Mina search that. Yeah, Seward having 4 cards in his hands. It's a pretty mighty hand he's got going there. Fortunately for me, there's been very little in the way of event cards that the hunters have been getting into their hands as a result of all the Dracula cards that are coming off the top of the deck. I have to exploit that a bit, if I can. Hmm. Intriguing. Okay, well, the hunters are not prepared. You know what? I have an idea. Here's going to be my change, my pivot, so to speak. I'm gonna move the trail, and rather than skulk around the whole outside of Spain, I might just cut into Spain early and hope I get a vampire by the time I hit the Mediterranean coast, and then head out to Cagliari and maybe drop a vampire there. Or I can just continue to haunt. Uh, yeah, let's. I got a better idea. I'll go down to Madrid and not getting a lot of them. Ah, yes, my first vampire. Cool. I have to be very watchful what they throw away. Dogs and a pistol. With all the dogs being thrown away, it might be a good thing for me to start leaning on things like wolves and spy, because they don't have a deterrent to those. And with holy bullets hitting the bin, guns seem to be a little bit in short supply because they've thrown away pistols. Van Helsing, excellent weather. All right. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Bats. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet, but all right. Looks like they probably don't have horses. Now, I don't want to push Mina onto a space I've been to, so I'll just push her way out. I have no vampire on the trail, so there's no reason for me to push her into anything. Alright. Well, they're not coming at me or after me, so there's no reason to get too jumpy. I will move inside the trail. Yes. Give me some options here. Move to 31. And Lisbon. I'll put down my vampire. Wolves. They'll be on that any minute now. The nuts. Best case scenario, Godal or Van Helsing steps on it and wastes a stake thinking it's a vampire, and then they trigger my hopes. garlic and a pistol. I imagine knives are going to be a problem for me. There's 3 in the deck. Oh, and that brings me to my next little fun piece of Dracula advice for players who want to get better at playing Dracula. The app has a library where you can view the contents of all the decks and the quantity of the cards that are in. So, for anyone who wishes to view that and get more familiar with how many hunter events there are, how many items are in the item deck, and the likes of which, you can feel free to check those out and make a note of them, because it makes solving the riddle of what your opponents have in their hunter's hands easier and more predictable. So you can count on certain things being there, certain other things not being there, so on and so forth. Alright. So Seward has decided to come down and play. He used the rail to get down. I imagine they probably don't have a horse. Oh, okay, he didn't use a stake. Okay. Well, it's kind of easy as the Dracula player to sort of feel like the pressure is mounting. And it's always important to sort of remain calm in these sorts of scenarios, because the last thing you want to do is like go off your rocker, panic, and then make less than optimal moves, so to speak. Now, I'm going to play my hide card finally. Because I want to protect the vampire with some bats. Bodyguards now. I'll wait one more turn before I put the rumor token down on Lisbon, because I want them to be like, oh, surprise, there's a vampire. Additionally, now that I have one of my unnatural fogs in my hand, I want to be very, very careful where I place it. I want to place it where it's going to cause the most damage. The Godalming is continuing to just supply. Rummage that deck. Additionally, now that I got the vampire on the trail, I need to be cautious what I place after it, because my intention is to mature it. Fortunately, I've got Rats in my hand. Rats is a very low impact card. You can ambush with it, but it can't mature, so it's really good to put into layers for later when hunters accidentally step on them. But also, you could throw it down onto the trail, crucifix in a rifle. Yeah, I know, those knives are looking more and more likely all the time. And he's discarding an event card. How many? Let's just take a look here. There's a lot of Dracula cards in this card pile. 6. Yeah, another fun Dracula fact. So the event deck consists of 75 cards total, 50 hunter cards, and 25 Dracula cards. So the odds at the beginning of the game that the hunters, if they try a night supply, will will trigger a Dracula card, depending on how many cards have been drawn, goes up or down, depending. Hopefully, my opponent decides to panic or gamble and give me a gift, but we can't count on it. And it looks like his hunter strategy, he's checking he checked Marseille just to make sure that I didn't go to the ports there. He's getting a pretty good idea now that I've moved into Iberia, or Spain as it's called. And now that he's got all these hunters cornering me here, I want to stay in Spain as long as I can. I can feasibly stay here. Because if they don't force me to move out to sea, then I won't. And I'm going to have to make a decision which direction I'm going to break in a moment here. So let's slide that trail. Now I've pushed my first card off the edge. Now, just about lairs. An exposed lair, when you go to it, will reveal you. But even if they're exposed, they do have their uses. You don't want to just mature. The only reason I would mature an empty location is if I wanted to go back to it secret. And I'm not so certain that I'm going to go back to Nantes in any case. So I'll make that into a lair. And I'll use it as a dumping ground for my rats. And I got a spy. Okay, well, spy is actually pretty good. We can deal with spy. So the pressure to come in and get me isn't too great yet. So I will just move Dracula down to 12. The Cadiz. And we don't want to put too high a value card on this space because our vampire is here. And the vampire will just wipe off anything that 3 spaces after it. So we want to... I mean, we can put a saboteur down if we really feel like it, but I got the impression that they're going to storm in, and they might destroy the vampire in any case. So let's leave a nice mess on the trail for them to clean up. I'll put the spy here. Another vampire. There. Now we'll put down our first rumor token. And we're just in time to get another rumor token for the next week. Because, again, once you slap a despair token on the despair tracker, you get a new rumor token. A stake and a rifle. And you don't typically see people throw away stakes. Mind you, he's so far... Ooh, horses. Okay, Seward has a horse. He must have his economy figured out now. Okay, well, just because he has all of the right ones out of the deck doesn't necessarily mean that he's and Van Helsing has horse. Okay. Slow horses. Alright. Garlic. Hired scouts. It's the 3rd hired scout this game. He's probably gonna hit one of them. Because he knows where I am. I mean, obviously he should know where I am. having himself a bit of a think, going deep into the tank. Oh, lovely! Hey, I'm in Cadiz. How you doing, boys? What's my next card off the trail? Oh, my desecrated soil. Okay, well. Now this turn could go terrible if I misplay this. But then again, with the desecrated soil on the trail, the hunters will have no choice but to either deal with it tomorrow, or if they even find it tomorrow. Which will make my ocean travel a little bit less daunting. Yes, the ocean can be your friend as Dracula. I mean, getting onto it costs you 2 points of health, and then 1 for every subsequent sea space you move thereafter. But when you but it lets you get some major distance on the hunters when they're all horsed up. He's having himself a think here. My apologies. So far, my game has been going okay, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of trail that's been undiscovered by the hunters, but all they have to do is move into Spain and kind of trip over themselves trying to clean up my path. Now, I could get tricksy and try a wolf form to 48 and hope that they just run in and run past me and then get to Barcelona, which is number 4, but I don't think I necessarily like that plan so much. But let's see what they do. It's always good to check up on Mina every once in a while, make sure that her cards are still the same as when they were earlier. My thought process right now is that he's trying to use Van Helsing's trading of event cards to Mina to have her come in and investigate all these other things that are on the trail. Also, he's been doing a lot of good scoring, so another fun trick you can do when you keep good notes as Dracula and you have a checklist of all the items that are in the item pile for when hunters do supplies, is when you know how many of those items are in the trash and how many items have been revealed by hunters throughout the course of your game, you can kind of figure out and be able to deduce what cards they could potentially have before the deck cycles again. So, and that will be good information to have going forward. And you can always check the contents of the discard pile by clicking on the appropriate areas. So, as it stands right now, he's got a grand total of 10, 15, 16 cards in there. 16 cards. And I have note of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, no, I have made notes. Accurate notes. The thing is, I don't want to go to sea prematurely. surely. But I'm worried that Seward will have a card to... Let's just play safe. I'm gonna move Bordeaux off and slide the trail. And I'll make Bordeaux into a lair, and I will place down one of my lower impact cards on Bordeaux. I'll put down the Saboteur. I get a Reckless Vampire. Okay. And then I think I will just... Here at the moment of truth. If I just... I can either move to C, I can move to 26, or I can wolf form to Alicante. But I would rather have my wolf form to get some extra distance on the hunters after coming off of a sea space. So I think I'll just disappear onto the ocean. They know which ocean space I'm on, but I could go left, I could go right, I can go whichever direction I want. But I should think now where I want to go. I could go into the English Channel and then into England and kind of be unfettered there for a while before, and hopefully the hunters will think I went the other way. Godalming has no horse. Or he's just not confident in, or he's trying to get onto the other rail. Alright, Seward, what are you gonna do? Ah, there we go. No point revealing that. Okay. So he figures out Santander. Garlic Reef. Okay, so all the garlic reefs have been thrown away. The mob is Seward's worst enemy. Oh, he didn't choose to discard anything. He's down to 5 health. Desecrated soil. Okay, I get to draw some cards. Alright. Let's get rid of the rats. Get rid of the... Nah. I'll just get rid of the rats. It isn't always a bad idea to throw away. Heavenly Host. Okay, so yeah, that seems like the thing for him to do. But at least I know he has a horse and a Heavenly Host. Slide the trigger. We'll make Santander into a layer. We'll put wolves down. Because with any luck I can deflect Seward off of my vampire into the wolves and then force him to get beaten up even more. And where do I move Dracula to? 2 hunters poised to enter those sea spaces. I think it might just be better for me to move. to the Mediterranean? I don't want to spend too long on the water, but it will look like an obvious move to Cagliari if I... Well, the Dawning is just a slow mode. Holy Circle and Holy Bullets. Okay, so all the bullets, the wreaths, and the Holy Circles are gone. And the deck cycled. So what wasn't exposed? There's 3 stakes unaccounted for. 1 horse. 2 rifles. 1 pistol. 3 knives. Oh, no. There's no. It's too early to count that stuff. Seward guessed wrong. I might be able to mature that vampire. Maybe. Now, does Van Helsing think... Where does Van Helsing think I went? Yeah, so another fun Dracula fact, now that I'm sitting here thinking about this. The way my opponent seems to be supplying is keeping those heavenly hosts in their hand, in hopes that they might draw a consecrated ground, assuming that they have already drawn consecrated ground, to be honest with you. Which means I want to stay away from areas that are choked, so to speak. I don't want the hunters to catch me in a location that has no way of escape, so that they can't trap me there. So, for the newer players, you may have heard of this, but there is something that a person can do when they have consecrated ground, where they can create a scenario where Dracula cannot move anywhere, forcing him to wipe his trail clean and take 5 damage. When he does that, the unfortunate thing for Dracula in that case is that he will take that 5 damage and then be unable to move anywhere else after that, and then he just keeps taking 5 damage and 5 damage and 5 damage until he's just dead. That is how the consecrated ground trick works. And you can get stuck in locations on the board, like where you've got no choice but to. And it would be absolutely horrible. So let's see here. Where did I put that thing? Santander. I've got wolves in Santander. Okay, let's move Mina to Santander. And I will ambush her with the wolves. And she shows a pistol. Okay. So she has a pistol and a rifle. Mina. Unless she discarded the rifle. It's possible. I suppose. I'll put a question there, just in case. It's entirely likely that that vampire is not going to be able to mature. So, I will slide the trail, and I will make a layer on Madrid. It would be fun if I could catch the hunters in a bad situation. It's against my better judgment, but I'll do it. They might step on it, they might not step on it, and if they don't, I'll just clear it later. This move might seem obvious to the hunter player, but I will... Well, actually, let's just move one more time. See, as I skulk away by sea, I get weaker and weaker, but at least I'm getting some distance on the hunters, forcing them to have to regroup and come and get me. And that's not a bad situation to be in, because they've overcommitted to Spain. I could be as far away as the North Sea, and they wouldn't know it. I could be as far away as, well, I guess in this case, the Tyrrhenian Sea. And, oh, a knife and a stake. So there's 2 stakes in the discard pile. There's a knife. There's only 4 cards left in the draw pile. Okay, so I can deduce at this point that the unaccounted for cards, based off of my checklist here, Seward, there you go. Yeah, he's getting desperate. I think he has a stake. I'm going to ambush him with the vampire. It might not be the best play I have, but I'm thinking that Seward is hoping to stake this vampire. He has no way to avoid the combat. And I'll learn about his hand in the process. Now, what do I think? Okay, well, I'll start with a mesmerize. My guess is he's going to try to run. Yep, and that's exactly what he tried to do. So I'm going to force him to stick around for a little bit. Now, since the new vampire is a bit tougher than the average vampire, I think I might just plot and hope that he doesn't punch. Because if I can plot, I can lock him into this combat and maybe rough him up sufficiently that he doesn't get the opportunity to actually kill the vampire. Or do so much damage to him on the way out. I punched. Alright. He's trying so hard not to reveal any aspect of his hand. Claws would be great if it was night, but it's not, and he's used punch. So unless he's going to throw Heavenly Host at me, I think Mesmerize is the best play I've got. Sometimes the combat cards screw you. Yeah, and he's trying to escape again. He must not have... Is it possible he just does not have a weapon? Play strength in any case. Yeah, he must have come packing a stake. Well, if he's gonna try escaping, I'm gonna at least do 2 damage to him on the way up. Ah, he has a rifle. But no holy bullets. Oh, this is the last combat card. Yeah. Yeah, he's probably gonna dodge. Yeah. There you go. Well played, sir. Well played. Now this could be good. Now the spy might force Van Helsing to discard a card. Oh, okay. Heavenly Host. He didn't. Fast Horse, Heavenly Host, Rifle, and a Chartered Carriage. That's fun. So whatever tickets those were went back into the pool. He must not have had bad tickets. You know, Seward is going to stake this vampire. I can almost be certain of it. But we know that he had a rifle and a horse. And if he has a stake, then what's his other mystery card? Dogs? Or a Heavenly Host? Or a Crucifix? We just don't know, do we? Yep, there we go. There goes the stake. Yep. You die, vampire! He's doing a very good job cleaning up my trail there, that's for sure. Alright, now that I'm in the Tyrenian. Slide the trail. Let's just let that one go to mature, because all the cards I have in my hand are actually really good. So I'm going to drop down onto Rome, get off the water for a little bit, and we will plop down, let's see here. So, Hyde, huh? Hyde comes off the trail next. We'll put down a vampire, at least this reckless vampire. And then the next turn we'll hide underneath it. We'll hide a fog, and then we'll work our way towards Bari, the heel of Italy. And we'll use that to skip over to Valona, and then maybe work our way into the Baltic region. A knife and a crucifix just thrown away. Okay, all the crucifixes are gone. There's a knife gone. Those horses just... Okay, so he doesn't quite have his economy figured out yet, because he's still holding on to some duds of tickets. And... you know what? We know what Van Helsing's hand is now, so let's Let's get him. Sometimes when you put a vampire in a lair, it'll get him. Now, let's see. He's got a heavenly host, a rifle. Now, if he runs, that's just going to be lame. Lame sauce. Now, we came to do damage. Let's claw him. Maybe he puts up a rifle. Maybe he dodges. Who knows? Dodge. Okay, there we go. Fangs. You know what? But if he puts up Heavenly Host against my Fangs, that might be brutal for him. Okay, well, it's 2 damage on it. I really couldn't prevent him from escaping anyway. Should have plotted as my first card. Mina has been delayed. It reveals a pistol, but I knew she had that pistol anyway, so... Yeah, they're just having fun spawning upstream, swimming through money trail. Oh, God, Dalming knows where I went. Well, now might be a good time to reclaim some of my lost health. But I'll slide to get that hide card back into my pool of available cards. And I think what I want to do now is I'm going to play the hide card. It might be predictable, but whatever. I'm going to hide, and I'm going to put my unnatural fog on the trail. And I'll just confirm and pass. Because if I put the fog down on Rome, it creates like a bottleneck, like a nice little blockade that he can't exactly fight his way through. And then I can just sort of skulk down the remainder of... Godalming has the last horse. That's good to know. So I have 2 cards left. So all the horses I've seen. So there's probably 2 dogs left in the draw pile, maybe. So it's 1 garlic, 1 steak, 2 rifles. Oh, there's the dog. And 1 knife. And all 3 hosts have to still be out there. The question is, who has them? The beauty of that hide card is that it makes the trail look longer than it really would be. I think that we're doing okay. but I want him to get desperate. The thing is, though, he's got me cornered in there. It's a good thing I haven't wolf formed, because all things considered, I should make a break for Bari and skip over Naples. So the beauty of this is that if I can get them to commit down into Italy a little bit by kind of just hanging out as long as I can, in theory, and then head back to sea, I might be able to stall them up enough in Italy that I can get back to the Baltics, make a quick pop over to the castle, and head to the Black Sea, and then kind of do the Captain Drax Sparrow, which is kind of where you hit the water and then stall the clock out until you get the Fury of Dracula and you get your third despair token on the board. So we will move. And could these... You know what? I think I want to make that a lair. These aristocratic vampires are not helping me right now, and I need the ones that fight. So I'm going to move Dracula to Bari. And I will put down... I think I'll put down more desecrated soil, because at this point I want to cycle back through all of my cards again. And then I want to make an imminent threat. Like, yep, that's a vampire. Come and get it. Now, assuming that he doesn't trigger a forewarned, you know, I might not ambush with it. I might force them to search the location so that I can set off the fog and create that little blockade as a forced search. Just discarding a pistol. Okay, now all of the pistols are accounted for. Amina is showing a horse. So she must have got that horse from Van Helsing, so Van Helsing's no longer holding the horse. Oh, the thought has occurred to me that maybe Godalming will decide to horse all the way to Bari, skipping over Rome. If that's the case, maybe I just head back to the water. Okay, well, good for him. That was sort of obvious. So many Dracula cards coming up right now. I mean, I like it. I like to see it, but alright, so this would be my strategy now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wolf form through 55 up to 40, which I think is Sarajevo. And then I'm going to take a nice long walk to the castle. Kind of put up a little blockade of vampires along here, along 49, 53, and 28. Stop in at the castle, get some health, and then head on back to Galatz, which is 22. Or maybe I just, yeah, we'll push that C space off, obviously because we have to. And I'm going to wolf form to this could be a bad choice. Let's put a host down. It's far enough away. Oh, another unnatural fall. Cool. Well, yeah, that's what I thought. He's gonna go back. Or he's checking that area just to make sure that I didn't try to sneak around behind him. Now I know Seward can't possibly have a mistake, so I'm just gonna make him search that location. Alright, he's checking 37. Let's see, oh, okay, he kills the vampire. Alright, we have to stick to the plan. We can't deviate from the plan, because if we panic, then all will be lost. So I will move Dracula to 6. And Let's put down another reckless vampire. And we will confirm. That's already evil again. Oh, hoax. Never mind. The Seward is going to be stuck in that fog for a little bit. I might put my other fog down, Klausenberg. Alright, so he chose just to move by a single space. Two of those naughty little children are conspiring. Now the question is, do I try the old okey doke? Do I try to go to Bucharest and go around the backside of the castle, keep a bit of distance between Mina and Godalming, or do I go bold and see whether or not they try to intercept me at 28? Well, they know I'm here. So this might not be the right play, but I'm going to try it anyway. Let's make that into a layer. I want the fighting vampire back into my repertoire, so let's clear Madrid. I hate it. And on Rome, I'll put the mob. The reckless vampire. Okay. So move up to 28 to Klausenberg. And we're going to have to put the fog down here. And I have to ambush it. I have no choice. And I have to hope that... you know what? This is dirty, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to fake him out. Make him chase after a hoax. Oh yes, desecrated soil. Where does he think I've gone? Am I too predictable? Ah, forward. Crap. Well, it was a good try. Let's hope she rolls low. And not low enough. Alright, this could be it for me. 2 hunters on me. Not great odds. Ah, yes, this... Maybe I have to play strength. So play it against the Dalming and hope that Mina doesn't do anything nasty. Oh, we only he played punch. Oh, ouch. No. This is rough. I think I'm just dead here. And I can't escape is bad. I feel canceled. What are the odds that Godalming has the other host? Oh, whatever. We're gonna go down to Blaze of Glory. I don't think I have any better thing to do. Yeah, no, that's it. Yep. Yeah, well, I tried my best. The objective really wasn't to win this one. I mean, obviously the objective was to win, but I think I just made a bad play there. They had all the right cards. Yeah, well. You win some, you lose some. At least it's casual game there. Had I maybe decided to go deeper in, that should have been the thing. But sometimes you just get caught. Alright. Well, this is Skybreaker96 signing